Welcome everybody to this installment of Live Your Dream Monday. Today I have with me special guest dreamer from Share Your Dream Friday, the GREAT Lesly Federici. How you doing today, Leslie?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you. Great to be here again, Edward.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you here. It's been a few months since you shared your dream on Share Your Dream Friday. So tell us what's been happening since you shared your dream with the rest of the world.
Well, let's see. That had to have been December, right? I think. So I know the last interview I talked a lot about doing the radio show, the You Smile radio show, and I talked about possibly painting more. It kind of went on the back burner because at that time there were some other things that I had actually talked to you about in passing that have taken the forefront, and that is my continuous love for helping women prepare for childbirth. And I've been I am an RN, but I've been doing that for a long time, and it's just something that I just keep gravitating to, and I finally just said, okay, just do it. So I started a community. It's called smartbirth.ning.com, and it's a nice community of women who are expecting, who've had their babies, and I do support calls and support calls for women who have had their babies because I really believe that there's a lot of postpartum depression out there that's not really addressed. And this is my way of helping that. But I'm really trying to build an online community and a presence for being a wonderful support person for those families that are looking for childbirth education and support and all that online. So that's been like really huge, and I'm in the middle of morphing myself personally and really trying to change things, how I do things on Facebook and in the the Smart Birth community and all of that. So the radio show's kind of taken a back burner, and the painting I'm morphing into that. I have this little character. You've probably seen it, the funny little face with the smile. I like doing these little cartoons with that figure, and so I'm thinking about doing some more videos with my funny little character addressing some of the issues that concern me. The other thing is meditation. I'm really big on meditating, and it's really made quite an impact in my life. It's helped me to slow down and to stay focused and not get like so crazy.
Yeah, we all have that happen in our lives for sure.
Yeah, and so I'm really excited about doing more with that as well, and helping people how to do that, because it's hard to do. It's a life change. It's hard. So that's what I've been up to.
Wow, that's fantastic. There's been a lot happening in the last few months for you.
Well, yeah, a lot of personal growth, and I love TSA, the new one. That's the Tribe Syndication Association, and I just love the new community over there, and I just love how I've been embraced with the community, and starting a couple of groups over there, which is, a lot of fun. And I think TSA, the childbirth education, and the meditation, those are, and my life story, and helping people make changes in their life. I'm really big on the effort crawl. That's my new term, like that. Be in love with the effort, because the effort will take you where you need to go.
Wow, that's a really neat phrase. I've never heard that before.
Well,
tell us, how did you come up with that? How did that come to you?
Well, my last post on my blog, I was looking for videos that I was that would demonstrate how I'm feeling about morphing my body, because I'm trying to lose weight as well. And so there's a lot of things happening, and I found this video and I forget it was something crawl. I can't remember what it was. And a little light bulb went off, and I said, "That's it." But it's an effort crawl. It was a football player carrying another football player on their back to the finish.
Oh yeah.
That one,
Yeah.
and that whole video just demonstrates the effort and everything that comes into your mind. Oh, I can't do it, and it's too much, and I don't have time for this, and I hurt, and this is boring, and I could be doing all these other things. So I came up with the effort crawl because it's really that space between where you begin and where you end up, where it's the journey. You've heard that phrase before, but it's really a lot of effort, and it's a crawl. It's a slow crawl. And so that's how I came up with that term.
Wow, that's great. So, and your journey over the last few months, as you called it, you've been morphed from what you were thinking your dream was to what it actually is.
Yeah.
What kind of crawling have you done along the way?
You don't really want to know that word.
What's that?
You don't really want to know what my crawling has been.
All right. Well, maybe there's one thing you could share with us that would help people understand when they're crawling that it's okay to crawl too.
Well, any time, I think, and I learned this through another program I started in January, and because I really want to be at the end of the year or next month, and I really want to be able to say to myself, Leslie, things have changed. I don't want to say, oh my God, they're the same. And to do that, you really have to stay focused. And I never believed that before about staying focused, being committed. I mean, I believed it, but I didn't believe it. I didn't really carry it out. And so from January, let me backtrack a little bit. Last year, I actually kept a journal of all the things that I accomplished in 1 year. And I never did that before. So any successes I had, any teleseminars I did, any type of training, anything that I did, I wrote it down. And so this January, I was able to look back and go, wow, did I do all that? Surely I must have could do more. So now I'm doing the same thing. I'm keeping track of everything that I'm doing, but now I'm adding more. So that crawl is really staying focused, being committed on what you want to do, but also keeping it simple. Really trying to cipher out those things that really mean a great deal to you, and those are the things that you should focus on. It's so easy to get distracted. I mean, there's Facebook, there's all these communities, there's, all kinds of programs and marketing, social marketing. I mean, it's just overwhelming. So I think you just have to, it's like trying on a new outfit. You got to find that perfect look that fits you and then stay with it if it works for you. So for me, it was slowing down and just finding, just keeping it simple and then staying focused on those things. So that's that was my morph. It was like going from, what, to like, oh. So now I can be like,
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I mean, believe me, I have my moments. I do.
Oh, yeah. We all have those of times when I call them when we want to crawl under our desk in a ball and just sort of hide there and stay away from the rest of the world.
Right.
Shut ourselves out.
Right.
And it's like going into the cocoon, but you come out even more beautiful than you were before.
Yes, and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because even though you may not see the changes right away, and probably most of us, like me, I get impatient. It's not happening. I don't see it right away, but over time, and that's that effort crawl. That's over time. You'll see, and it's just a continuum. It's just a continuous change, and it's ongoing. And you're never going to hit that spot where, I don't have to do anymore. It's 100%. No, because something else is going to come up, and it's just a constant metamorphosis, evolution of you, and I hope by the time I'm 200 years old, I'll still be going.
Oh, that's a big dream and a goal there for yourself.
Yeah, well, a nice long life,
Yes, for sure.
you know.
For sure. Well, you mentioned about the climb and things like that, and I say once you break through one piece of your life, one fear or attain one goal, it's like climbing to the plateau,
Yes,
and you can look down and say, "Look how far I've come,"
yes,
and then you look up and there's a whole bunch of new things and new obstacles, new challenges, new opportunities right there in front of you to keep climbing.
right, right. It's
And
always going to be that carrot dangling, always, for
yeah,
something else. But I think you're right, Edward. There's a lot of fears, and somewhere it's probably in the Bible. I'm not very familiar with. I wasn't raised on the Bible. I was raised Unitarian, but I do know thyself, and is a very powerful statement, because unless you are able to look within yourself first and try to figure out these fears or where they're coming from, or not even, you don't have to know, but being able to recognize them and move beyond them. It's when you begin to know yourself first that you're able to be more comfortable with what's happening externally. And I really think that's been a real driving force for me. I do an awful lot of reading on personal development, and I listen to people and read books and listen to audios, and many times they help to open the door to a better understanding of who I am. And so I just am able to do better with other things when I know where I'm coming from. So,
yeah.
and it's had its struggles and stuff. I mean, I used to think for a really long time, like, who would want to listen to what I have to say, like,
Yeah.
but, some people do.
There's a lot of people waiting to hear what you have to say.
Well,
And
I'm a little shy yet, so I'm working on that. But a little,
just keep moving and the people will start showing up and you'll have the opportunity to continue to share.
right, right. Well,
Yeah.
that, and just being true to myself, so that, because when you're true to yourself, then everything you disseminate is also true. So that's
Yeah.
the way that works.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you have some personal development books and audios and things you listen to. Are there some who are your favorites or most influential that have touched your life and helped you on your journey?
Well, you and I have talked about this before. This gentleman, Robin Sharman,
Yeah.
I love
Robin Sharma, yeah, he's amazing.
I love him, absolutely love him, and I bought his book, The Leader Who Had No Title. I
Mm-hmm.
love that book. It's a wonderful book. If anybody needs a different angle on inspiration on being a leader, that's a really, really great book to read.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a favorite.
Yeah.
Success Magazine, believe it or not. I love that. That's the only magazine I
Mm-hmm.
get. I love it because it comes with these CDs,
Yeah.
motivational CDs of all kinds of, and that's where I learned about Robin Sharman, is through Success Magazine. But Zig Ziglar, um,
Mm.
love Zig Ziglar. The way he just puts things is just phenomenal. So those are some people that I like, and then just some, I like listening to Abraham Hicks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
oh gosh, they're like,
Awesome.
but Robin's a favorite. Robin's an absolute favorite. Love his
Wow.
philosophy and the way he presents himself as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah. He's an amazing man, and personally for myself, he is someone that changed my life.
yeah, you
So,
mentioned that you actually met him, right?
oh, back, you know how you go along in your life and things are happening and this and that, and somebody comes along and says something to you that totally changes your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. back in October 2002, he did that to me.
Wow. Yep, I could see that.
And we spent, Julie and I both spent about 2 years working with him, and personally with him, in groups with him, and coaching with him, everything we possibly could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even to the point where I think it was December 2004, we went to Costa Rica on a retreat with him and a small group of people to plan out 2005.
Wow.
To celebrate 2004 and plan 2005.
Wow.
It was amazing time.
I bet that was. Oh my goodness. Because he's pretty very accomplished, but very grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the combination that I like. I liked his recent when he wrote his book. He was actually interviewing people that he was staying at this hotel, and he made a couple of videos on the people that actually worked at the hotel. The
waitresses.
The waitresses, yeah. And I thought that was so cool. You know, he's like, wow. You know, like. What is it about this job? You know, how are you a leader? You know, because everybody can be a leader. And so I like that. He's very accomplished, but he's grounded. And
wow.
There's that gracefulness about him that encompasses an awful lot of knowledge and also humility and concern for other people, which I think is great. So, yeah.
Wow. He's a wonderful mentor and leader himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could talk for another hour about him.
Oh,
he's had such an impact on my life.
Oh.
And got me to where I am today on my journey. So.
And you're doing such great things too, Edward.
Thank you very much.
Love what you're doing. Absolutely.
It's been an absolute blessing to have the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people like yourself and to be able to share what they're dreaming about, what they see for the vision of their life in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And help them connect with other people and share that with the rest of the world. The power of speaking dreams and speaking what you want into existence is just amazing. I can't think of any other better way to make it happen.
No, I think it's great what you're doing. You know, some of the videos I've watched have been pretty, you know, very thought-provoking, and you just want to reach out and hug them and say, yes, you can!
Yeah.
You know?
It's amazing to hear people's stories, like when I meet with people ahead of time and get to know them and they're telling me their story of where they've been, how their life's been, where they want to go. It's just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Well, it's interesting because when I think about my life and I'm like it was a dark side, you know, and then I had this disability that I talk about, I think, in the last video, and so now I'm on the light side. You know, all that's behind me, and now I'm creating like clusters of light, like along the way. So, and that's all my doing. You know, it's being able to resolve or accept or just embrace what was and take the good from it, and then just move forward with it. You know, so
yeah. Well, that's some great advice. Being able to accept who you are and where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Take the lessons you can learn from the past and keep going one step at a time.
Right, right.
Day by day, moment by moment.
Yes, absolutely. Living in the moment. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, it's been great catching up with you today, Leslie.
Oh,
and hearing how you're living out your dreams. I have one more question for you, and it's about people that are watching and have been watching along with Share Your Dream Friday and Live Your Dream Monday. If they're thinking about participating and they're coming to you to ask you about your experience and about whether they should jump in or not, what would you suggest to them?
Oh, my goodness. I'd say absolutely. What are you, nuts not to pass by this opportunity? You know, because, oh my gosh, you know, what you're doing, and you're giving people, you're providing a platform. I mean, I thought this way about the radio shows. I was giving people a platform to really share their story. And you're taking it, I think, a bit further because I love the videotaping. I think that's great because people get to see them and hear them out. But everybody needs a platform, a place, a space to go to share because everyone is unique. And you're providing that. You're providing that. There's not one person on this planet that is a clone. Not that
Yeah.
I know of.
Not that I know of either.
you know? So there's so many, and especially, Ed, in this day, because I have discussions with my husband about this all the time. He's very doom and gloom, and he sees, stores closing up and businesses closing. And
Mm-hmm.
I really think we're in a period of innovation. He doesn't see it, I see it. And the innovation is individual innovation. It's
Mm-hmm.
people who are, it's okay now to brand yourself as an upcoming new business, as an upcoming new corporation. Who knows what's going to come out of what's happening now economically?
Mm-hmm.
So I really see it, your platform, as a beginning and a continuous growth of being able to share what other people are doing because there's just phenomenal people out there. And I
Yeah.
thank you very much for this opportunity.
My pleasure. Everybody has a dream and a passion hiding inside them, and if this can be a way for some people to get it out, then that's what it's there for.
Absolutely. And
Awesome.
you're doing it. It's just a wonderful thing you're doing, Edward. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it, everybody, for this installment of Live Your Dream Monday. If you'd like to get involved and share your dream Friday, there should be some place around here where you can put in your email, your name, and we'll connect on Skype or on the phone or whichever works best for you. And I'd love to hear about your dreams and find a way to share it with the rest of the world. Take care and have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks, Leslie. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.